Hi guys, my name is Brenna. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel is going to be based a lot about yoga, hula hooping, inspirational talks, things like that, my art, anything that I'm interested in my hobbies, and anything that's inspired me, I am hoping to inspire others with. So to start this video off, I would like to talk about yoga and meditation. I will not be meditating for you during this because that will put you all to sleep. So I'm just going to kind of talk about meditation, ways you can meditate, ways you don't have to meditate, because when it comes to yoga, there are no limits. You can do whatever you want, however you want, and nobody can tell you otherwise. So to start off my video, I want to show you guys this book. Was what started me off with my journey. Namaste. I know it's backwards. Candace Moore. If you can't tell, I definitely have lived by this book, and it has helped me in more ways than I could ever imagine. I initially got into yoga about 1.5 years, 2 years ago fully. I've always liked to do it here and there. I've always liked to try poses because I thought they looked cool, but then I realized that's not what yoga is all about. I read this book, and she had a huge health issue where she got Lyme's disease. Her body was in pain all the time. She would have episodes where she couldn't move. She wouldn't be able to do anything. Well, for me, I have CVS, which is cyclical vomiting syndrome. I have episodes as well where I will puke for days on end. I'm sorry, I know that's disgusting, but that's what it is. I used to weigh 180 pounds, as you can tell now. Definitely don't weigh 180 pounds. So when I started really feeling sick a lot, I wanted to find something, an outlet to help build my body, help build my confidence, and help my anxiety, make my body feel better, but it not be a medication. My doctors were trying to put me on all these medications all the time, and I wasn't about that. So I started doing yoga. When I first started doing yoga, I would do, the downward dog, try the crow poses, practice the headstands, take the pictures. I thought that was what yoga was about. And it's not. It's really not. I mean, yeah, getting that pose is exhilarating. It's the best feeling in the entire world when you reach a pose that you never thought you could reach. It makes you smile. It makes you laugh. Half the time when I reach a pose that I didn't think I could get, I end up falling on my face from excitement because I can't hold it long enough to actually realize what I'm doing. So I just wanted to tell you guys to start. Meditate. Meditation is huge. You don't have to meditate if you don't want to. A lot of people prefer not to meditate because it's very awkward, I guess you could say. For me, it isn't awkward. I enjoy silence. I enjoy my own peace, and I enjoy sitting there and not listening to anything. So before my practice every day, I will sit for 5-10 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, and I will just not listen to anything. I will release my mind. Sometimes I'll put on a meditation song or a talk that you can get on YouTube. There's plenty of them. Literally type in meditation music or meditation talks, and it will pop up tons for you. So I'll do that before I do my yoga practice. Something that meditation does for you that a lot of people don't understand, and I realized that from my Namaste book. She talks about when she would teach classes, people would meditate and they would sit there and they would start to get flustered and irritated because it would be very boring. Well, what she explains is that if you aren't sitting there and fully centering in with yourself before you get into your yoga practice, it's very difficult to completely put yourself out there when it comes to your practice. It's also very difficult to defy your limits in that, because when you are defying your limits to a mat or to a specific type of practice, then you are very one-track mind about it. And with meditation, it opens up your mind to think so many different things. Like, I don't need to work this half of my body the same way I worked this half because I could do that tomorrow. If I want to do a downward dog and then flip over and do a back bend, but then I don't want to do it to the other side, I don't have to do that. And that is because that's what my body wants to do. So with meditation, I definitely would say, if you don't like it, don't do it. You don't have to. You can jump straight into your yoga practice, enjoy it, love it, do what you need to do. But in my personal experience, I would say meditation has helped me immensely. Now that I'm through the meditation part, I'm going to go ahead and start kind of talking about a little bit of yoga. I'm not going to make this too long, but I'm going to start talking about yoga and some of the things in this book that really stuck out to me specifically. And then in my next video, I will do my free form yoga session to kind of show you guys how I do my yoga. So one thing that I put in here first, the first thing that I marked in here says stop making excuses. The reason that I put that is because nothing good is going to happen there. Nothing good is going to happen if you make excuses. Nothing. You're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to proceed in your life. And you aren't going to do the things you want to do if you keep making excuses for yourself. So that is one of the first things that I read in here that really just... I don't even know how to explain it, but it really just showed me that I need to stop making excuses for myself and for other people, and I need to do what I need to do for myself. All right, so next I'm going to go to believing in yourself when it comes to yoga. You can't go into yoga and think, hey, I'm going to fail at this. I'm not strong enough for this. I don't have the body for this. I'm not flexible enough. Because like I said, I was not flexible. The splits for me were nearly impossible. Most painful thing I've ever felt in my life. And now I can almost go down in them fully. And yes, it's not perfect, but it is such a big thing for me that I can't even explain. Next, get out of your own way. You are the only person that stands in the way of your destiny, your dreams, anything that you want. If you're standing in the way of yourself, then you're not going to get anywhere. It's not that dead-end job you're working at. It's not your boyfriend. It's not your friends or your family. It's you. And at the end of the day, that is solely what it comes down to, is that you are in the way of yourself, and that if you don't get out of the way of yourself, you're never going to be able to find your way in life. And in yoga, that is a huge thing too. Because if I wouldn't have gotten out of the way of myself and gotten into yoga when I told myself I needed to, I would be not nearly where I am today with it. Next is continue to learn. You need to continue to learn with yoga because there is no perfection to it. You will never perfect yoga. You will never be able to find a way to do everything perfectly. Every day, practice that same pose 20 times because I'm sure the 20th time it's going to feel and look so much better. You're going to breathe so much better, and it's just going to be so much more of a better feeling for you because you know that you continue to learn and push yourself towards that. Lastly, what I'm going to talk about 2 more things in this video. You need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable because being uncomfortable is something that all humans are going to deal with at some point or another in their life. And for me, it's something I deal with every day. I'm uncomfortable when I go in public. I'm uncomfortable when I talk to people. I'm uncomfortable making this video for you guys actually. But it's different because if you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, then these sort of things are possible. And these sort of things make it possible for people who are uncomfortable to open up in their shell and inspire them to be comfortable with themselves. And a lot of people don't get into yoga because they aren't comfortable with their body and they feel very uncomfortable with the way they look. If we just all sat down and realized that we're beautiful, then we wouldn't have those types of things stopping us from doing the things we really want to do in life. Lastly, you need to do the little things and manifest gratitude and be a hell yeah person. The main things I will say about that, doing little things is huge. If you have to stop for 2 seconds of the day to do a downward dog, or if you have to stop for a few seconds of your day to do a sauna, that's completely awesome. Because if you can't do that, then you're not showing up for yourself every day. And you have to show up for yourself every day, because if you don't, then what are you really doing? All right. Now that I've kind of explained to you guys my views on yoga and everything like that, I just wanted to let you guys know that my next video is going to be of a session of myself. I'm going to be doing I'm not exactly sure how long, because like I said, I do not defy my limits on a mat. I don't defy my limits, period. I will have a session as long as I want. If I mess up and fall, I laugh and get back up and I keep doing it. So I'm going to show you guys kind of how I do my yoga, and I hope that this video inspires people to get into yoga more, because I see and hear of so many girls all the time say, I just can't do that. My body won't be able to do that. I'm not going to be able to do the things that you can do, but you can, because I was that girl at one point. I was that person at one point that didn't think I could do any of this. So thank you for watching, and keep your eye out for my next video.